Hello, today I'm going to be showing you my minimal work, no makeup. Basically, this is the makeup I do when I've got kind of like a limited time to get ready, so I can't really do anything too extravagant. I've just got to go quite basic. This is basically my basic bitch makeup, and I thought I would film it, because why not? Pretty much every morning what I'll do is I'll get like a baby wipe, and I'll get some like kind of cleanser. This is a Botanics 3-in-1 Micellar cleanser. I've been using this one. I was also using the Garnier micellar water as well. I'll just kind of drench my wipe in the cleanser, and then I'll kind of go over my whole face with that. Get rid of any like crustiness in my eyes. If I didn't take my makeup off from the day before, obviously I'll use it to get my makeup off, but I've been a bit better with that lately, taking it off. But, you know, occasionally I don't, so judge me all you like. Then I'll go in with moisturiser. Again, I've been using the Botanics one. This is the Day Lotion SPF Hydration Burst. And I still don't know whether I like this or not, but I've been using it. Yeah, that's been on my face for a while now, so I can pretty much just get on with the makeup. I'll start with primer, and if I was like in a proper rush, I wouldn't bother with primer, but if I have got the time, and especially if I'm doing like a longer shift, I'll use it, because obviously I want my makeup to last. I'm going to use the No. 7 Airbrush Away Pore Minimising Primer. This is one of my favourite primers because it feels so soft and so velvety. So I'm going to smother some of this all over my face. I don't want to go straight over the top of the product with that. I want to give it like a few minutes at least to absorb. That's also another reason why I don't use it like every day, because if I'm in a rush, obviously I don't want to have to wait for the primer to absorb into my face. So obviously I guess it just depends on what I've got time for, really. I've got time today, obviously. I don't start work till 5 and it's like 3:30, so I've got time. I never know what to do with myself when I'm just waiting for that to absorb, because like when I do my moisturiser, I will then like brush my hair and like style my hair if I am styling it, and then by that time the moisturiser's all absorbed. But then when it comes to primer, I don't really have anything else to do, so I'm just kind of like just sitting there like, what do I do with my life right now? Glitter on my eyes. May as well put on some lip balm whilst I'm waiting. This is a lip service from Lash. I don't really use lip balm that much. I probably should. So lately what I've been liking to do is get this concealer. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection Colour Correction Concealer, and this is the lemon shade, and it's basically a yellow colour corrector. What I like doing lately is basically using this on all of my imperfections on my face before I go in with foundation. So you'll see it in a minute, but I will use it, first of all I'll use it in the way it's supposed to be used, and use it under my eyes and on my eyelids to correct the purple. But then, instead of leaving it there, I'll kind of just go everywhere where I've got an imperfection, so like spots and like scarring and stuff. I mean, obviously it'd be better to use a green one, and I think I will actually get the green one of these just because I really like the formula of them. Yeah, so when I get a green one, I'll use that instead, but I actually think the yellow one works on it fine, so basically I just use this everywhere where I want additional coverage. Need to stock up on these because it's going to run out soon. So basically, I'm just putting this everywhere. And I'll go in with a sponge. This is from B Full Stop, Superdrug's own brand, and I will just blend this all in to my face. Obviously you could use your fingers or whatever is most convenient for yourself. This is really hard because I haven't wetted it in ages, but sometimes I prefer it that way. Because when it's wet, it can kind of take away some of the coverage. But then it is a bit smoother when it is wet and doesn't feel like you're pounding your face as much. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it really does give quite a lot of coverage, which is why I'm loving using it under foundation lately. So next I will go on top with foundation. And I've been using Nars Sheer Glow lately, but alas, this is starting to run out, but I think I have enough for today's video. But this is sad. I had this I got this not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, so about 1.5 years, and so it does last a really long time, and I do use it. I don't use it like every day, but I use it like, you know, quite regularly. This is a really good shade for me because it's super pale. I think it probably was paler when I first got it, but you know, foundations do tend to oxidize over time. But it's also got a really strong yellow tone, and I don't know, you probably won't see it in camera, but I do actually have quite a bit of a yellow tone on my neck. Right, we got something out of there. And I basically just build this all up around my face as you normally would with a foundation. I got as much foundation on as I could. This is running on empty so bad right now. But that's really all I want in terms of like coverage on my base. I like this level of coverage, it's fine for me. I do want to set my face with some powder though. I'm going to use the Bamboo Powder by Constance Carroll, which I've been really liking lately. First get my contour brush from Real Techniques to set my eyelids and under my eyes. Okay, and then for the rest of my face I get this big powder brush from a brand called LAB2, and I set the rest of my face with that. I do use quite a lot of powder, and I think that's personally because I just feel like my foundation will slip off if I don't. Yeah, it can look a bit cakey, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't really mind that too much. So that's it for the base. So if I was in like a super mega duper rush, I would just leave it as this in terms of my base. I wouldn't put any bronzer or highlight on, but the majority of the time I will try and make some time to do that, just so I don't look completely washed out. The bronzer that I'm going to use is the Bourjois Paris Maxi Delight bronzer, and this is just really pretty sun-kissed glow bronzer. And I tend to get like a big fluffy brush, and I don't want to get too like much on here because it can look a bit orange if you use too much. Sweep this through my cheekbones. It doesn't really matter if you do get too much on the first time though, because obviously I do blend my bronzer out quite a lot, so it doesn't look too harsh. I also lately have been bringing it up on my forehead, but I try and make sure that I don't use as much product for those bits because it can look muddy very easily. So I don't really want much at all there, to be honest, just a dash. And the same thing goes for like kind of my neck / jawline bit, just a really light coating there too. Basically this is just so I don't look dead. I used to not like bronzer at all. I just used to think that because I was so pale, it was just pointless and I would just always look orange. But actually I think because you're pale, you need it more. And it's fine, you just got to make sure that you're applying it properly, and you know, don't be afraid to like blend stuff out if it does come out harsh, which is exactly what I'm doing now. Awesome, so that's just brought some colour back into our face, and the majority of the time I don't even bother with blush. I don't know why, I just like bronzer more than blush lately. But I will use highlight now because highlight is just essential. I don't know what I did before highlight, to be honest. The one that I'm going to use is the New Look Glow Baked Highlighter Powder, which is stunning. It is so pretty and so pigmented. I'm going to use this bigger fan brush for this. I do find that this applies highlight a bit more naturally than like if you're just getting a like kind of this style of brush. I feel like a fan brush applies it a bit more naturally. I say that now and then I'm going to put loads on and it's not going to look natural at all. I'm going to highlight the usual areas. Cheekbones, of course, nose, cupid's bow, say it in every video, chin, and I also do my temples a little bit as well. I kind of like the kind of bronzer and the highlight to kind of mesh together. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't like them to be in like two different kind of areas. I like them to kind of blend in with each other. Now that does look a tad too intense to me, so I'm just going to blend it just a bit. So now I'm going to move into brows, and for brows, if I am keeping it very minimal, I will literally just use like a tinted brow gel. The one that I've used the most is the New Look Brush on Brows Fibre Gel in dark brown. I literally just use a tinted brow gel and just fill in my brows this way. Just very simple. Doesn't take much time, but you know, just makes your brows look a bit more kind of like tamed, and obviously gives them some colour and fills in the kind of sparseness a bit, but without it being like really precise and like Instagram. So this is something that I actually really like, because I'm not really the biggest fan of brows when it comes to makeup. I don't know, I just find them really boring. Like, because you can't really do much like creative things with them. I mean, obviously there are things like glitter brows and stuff, but no one really wears those on like a regular basis, like other than like festivals or like just, I don't know. Brows are just kind of boring to me. But obviously I'd like them to look somewhat decent. So literally I'm just filling in my brows. So as you can see, it just looks a bit more groomed, but it's really quite natural and not precise in any way whatsoever. And there you go, you've got some eyebrows. I like to line my waterlines with a black liner. This is the Loreal Infallible something or other studio eyeliner. So I'm just gonna go in and just broke. Fuck. Like the thing is gone, and I just had something like on the floor. Let's have bought that then. How annoying. This was like one of my favourite eyeliners. Oh! Okay, well I'm going to sharpen my Urban Decay one then. Okay, so we're using my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On black liner instead. And we're going to do our waterlines with this. I'm going to move on to mascara now. I'm using the False Lash Superstar by Loreal. This is the double-ended one, and I've had this for ages now, and I'm surprised it's not completely gone. I'm going to start with the primer bit. I'm just going to do my top and bottom lashes, so you'll see what I do. Because I really like volume, I'm going to go over the top of that with the Forbidden Volume from Essence. I'll just see if I can get even more volume, really. It's not going to do much more, but I like me some volume, I do. And then we will repeat the process on the bottom lashes. Have our dramatic lashes. Obviously there's mess around it, but I clean that up right at the end. Next I like to just get rid of any foundation on my lips and kind of carve out my lip line area. just with a baby wipe. So if you wanted to, like, not wear any lipstick, I think if you literally just wipe the foundation off your lips, it kind of brings so much colour back to them. And honestly, you could just leave it like that, which I would do sometimes. For like actual lip product though, I would prefer to kind of just use like a smooth kind of bullet lipstick with like a nice natural colour. I actually don't really have anything like this at the moment. I have bought 2 lipsticks that kind of meet that criteria for my like next first impressions. So I would use those lipsticks ideally. But one that I do use is a liquid lipstick. This is the Sleek Matte Me Lip Cream in Birthday Suit, and it is a nice pinky nude colour. I mean, ideally I wouldn't want to wear a liquid lipstick because they are quite heavy. I'd rather wear like a bullet lip, but I have been using this one lately, so I may as well go in with it. It's a really nice natural colour though. So that's more or less the look finished. I do just want to kind of clean it up a bit, sort out any like mascara mess. And then you get an eyelash in your eye and you can't get it out, and it's great. I mean, I use the term no makeup loosely because you can obviously tell that I'm wearing makeup because no one has lashes that look like that naturally, do they? This is the finished look. Just very natural, polished, minimal makeup. This is pretty much what I wear most days when I go to work. Basically any day where I'm not doing some like experimental makeup for like a video or just for fun, this is basically the kind of makeup I'll do to keep it simple. Yeah, especially if I'm going somewhere like really early in the morning, and obviously I don't have loads of time to spend on my makeup. This is basically just a kind of look that I'll do. Anyway, so that's it. My minimal work kind of makeup. So I hope that you like it. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.